Good afternoon. Welcome to Bars and Bells. My name is Ian.
And I'm Lauren.
And at the Barre Class this afternoon, or this morning, or anytime in that archive, it's pliés led by me and push-ups led by Lauren. But first, we have to warm up those ankles and the wrists and the feet. And for that, we'll throw it over to Lauren. So welcome to the space. All you need is a balance aid and a little bit of space, and we're ready to roll.
Well, let's get started at the bottom here, spreading open those toes nice and wide. If you have to have a look-see down, have a look-see and try to find space between all of those toes. Then with the feet planted, but then not so planted, because we'll push down and try to slowly, with control, lift those heels off the floor. With those heels lifted for a couple seconds, let's hold here, thinking that our cage is over top of our hips, which are a bowl of punch that is nice and level. Our kneecaps are lightly pulled up, tightening up our legs, and our butt cheeks are squeezed. And then we'll descend with control, heels coming down towards the floor. When those heels land, let's gently bend the knees, sending the knees towards over the toes and working on those ankle dorsiflexions. Then we'll push the hips through to press to tall. Let's do that one more time. Slowly push down to go up. At the top, kneecaps are pulled up, butt cheeks are squeezed. And then again, we'll descend, and when the heels land, melt that into a knee bend. We'll have a light tip of the hips to sit back, and then we'll press through to tall. Next, we'll stand on one leg, and we'll take the other leg, and we'll point it out to the front. With that foot pointed out front, but paying attention to our standing leg, let's shift our weight forward in that standing leg foot so the hip remains extended. Then with this foot out front, let's go toes towards nose, and then ankle flexes. And then ankle points and toes point. Again, toes, ankle, ankle, toes. One more time, toes, ankle, ankle, toes. Let's stay here and do one ankle circle in each direction. So with those nice pointed toes, we'll circle the ankle all the way around one direction, carving out the circle, and then switch ways. Let's try to think that the ankle is moving, but the shin and the knee and the femur are not. One last time to center. Dorsiflex the foot or pull it to the shin, and keep a straight leg to return it underneath. Repeat on the other side. Standing leg, weight shifted forward. Point to the front. Toes, ankle, ankle, toes. Repeat. Toes, ankle, ankle, toes. Hold that nice pointed foot, and then one ankle circle in each direction. Really trying to reach out to all the corners of that circle. Switch ways. Yes, there are corners in circles. And then flex the foot. Keep the leg straight as you return it underneath. From those ankles, we'll get to the floor and warm up those wrists because we have push-ups ahead of us. So our knees will bend, sending the knees towards over the toes. Then the heels will lift, will descend, knees will land softly on the floor, hips will extend. From here, let's point the toes out the back and sit on those pointed feet for a second. And then we'll extend the hips through, hinge on the floor, and find those hands. So just like we did with our toes, fingers land, then the balls of the hand or the callus line, and then the palm or the heels. Now we'll rotate the elbow pits forward, we'll pull our shoulders down, and we'll just lightly drift some circles over those wrists, and feeling how you distribute weight through your whole hand. So it's not just weight directly down through that joint, switch directions, it's through all of your fingers, all of the base of your hand, all of those knuckles, distributing the load and coming back to center. From here for 2 in a row, let's press up, heels leave the floor, control the down. One more time, heels leave the floor, and then flick the floor away, giving that a little shake out. We'll do one more wrist, but we'll rotate our hands all the way around, fingers landing towards your thighs and on the floor softly. Again, shrug your shoulders up, then pull your shoulders down. With our shoulders down, we'll lightly sit back, feeling that length through the front of our forearms. Now stay here, but push your fingers heavy into the floor. Press, 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 press. And then add a little bend to the elbows as allowed. And now peel the palms away, fingers last to leave. Give that a little shake out. We'll come back to those hands in our first plank / high push-up position. But until then, let's get into a little hip
on our sideline. So it might actually be the second variation of the plank there, Lauren, because right now, a little baby side plank. On the forearm, ensure that the fist is heavy on the floor and the elbow stacked underneath of that shoulder. Casually get a little lazy with that shoulder in an elevating or a shrug shape. and then push down into the floor to depress that shoulder blade. Then at the rib cage, lift up and over, engaging those bottom side obliques, and breathe. Now, if we could add on to that, let's get those knees in towards a 90-90 position or very similar to a lunge. With our shoulder packed and our obliques activated, let's extend that back hip, meaning butt cheek squeeze forward. With a dorsiflexed ankle in the front, keeping the knee stationary, very lightly, let's extend through that knee. Once you're at your safe extension or straightness, then point. Might you be able at that point to extend or straighten it just a little bit more? And gently on the calf muscles there, but dorsiflex the knee, dorsiflex the ankle, and then bend at the knee. Let's re-engage that side plank effort one more time, and then for one last repetition here, let's extend the knee, let's point the toe, and now push through that hand to get towards a nice tall jazz split, or whatever we're going to call this position right here. Hurdle straddle, and breathe. Point. Maybe turn in and try to turn out of that hip. Finish on a turnout effort. Transition back to a strong shoulder and engaged obliques. Dorsiflex the ankle, meaning pull foot to shin, and then return to the bent knee. Then push yourself through one of these tall sits positions, and then let's just switch around and do the same thing on the other side. So first, let's talk about the side plank. Get a little bit shruggy or relaxed in that pose, but then through the armpit shoulder, push. Then through those obliques, lift away. Once that top half is assembled, get your legs into that 90, not an oops, just a part by part piece here. And now let's extend the back butt cheek, meaning squeeze, and you might feel that front femur compress in the hip. That's a good thing. Then, keeping the dorsiflexed ankle, let's extend or straighten that bottom leg knee, followed by a toe point. You might be able to extend the knee just that little bit more. Then dorsiflex ankle and return. Let's reassemble that packed shoulder.
Hey, we didn't lift.
Proud obliques. That was the second time through. But here we are now. To do that second time, engage those core muscles, extend the knee. Let's point. Then use those hands to get towards a nice modified split stance or that hurdle stretch. And breathe. Modify or manipulate the ankle. We could turn in or out on that hip. Finish with a turnout effort. Return to a nice strong oblique shape. And then return towards that 90 shape. And then we're back up tall to do whatever Lauren says next.
Let's get into that first high plank, but setting up our hands in a more like push-up position. So hands might be slightly wider than that narrow plank position. Hands slightly wider than shoulders, but we're up here either from our knees or from our toes. Either or our hips are in line with our shoulders the whole time. Right now in this top position, we're gripping with our hands, we're pulling the floor together underneath of us, and we're breathing and bracing. We have abs and we have butt cheeks. Now, just for one, as some prep work here, could we pull ourselves down all the way to the floor to land softly on the floor? Now, whether it's from the knees or from the toes, hips and chest are gonna leave at the same time. So slightly tuck under, pulling the belly button off the floor, and breathe in and hop, press up. Now lifting those hips, we'll walk our feet all the way in towards our hands, stretching out those hamstrings, peel the palms away, tuck the chin, and slowly roll yourself all the way up. There'll be more push-ups to come. That was just a little appetizer.
Oh, goody. But until then, here we are at the bar working on some more of those squats. Lauren already warmed up those squats in the parallel position, so let's right away open up to our first position, taking a leg to the front, turning out from the hip and returning underneath, and then replicating on the other leg so we're in our V stance or that first position. From here, let's do 2 flat-footed pliés, reaching those knees to the back wall and extend those hips, pushing forward. A plié, a squat, a knee and an ankle bend here, that satisfies all we're trying to do and push hips through. For the last one, let's go as low as you can on those flat feet and then let the heels lift up as you push those inner ankle bones forward, hang out in our nice balance down here, and then connect the heels and push the hips through. Let's replicate the same thing from our wider stance or that second position. So 2 flat foot versions, nice and tall, upright bodies, and extend those hips, stretching the knees to tall. Repeating again, pull ourselves down, making sure we can breathe, and then push away to be tall. We're down there for the third time, and then alternating fashion, let's lift single heels. Lift a single heel for just about a 3-second round and then place it flat. Lift the other one, 3, 2, 1, flat. Think about getting lower. Then repeat one more time on each side, 3, 2, 1, flat foot. Other side, 3, 2, 1, flat foot. Get lower as allowed, and then full stretch. We'll finish each set today again with those balances. So first, take that outside leg, point to the toe, knee pointing to the side, and hold a balance. Use your bar. That's why we're here, but also challenge yourself without if that's for you. And then let's just do the same thing other side. Go through that first position, find that ankle balance on the other side, and as much effort as we're placing into that leg off the floor, it's the one on the floor with an extended hip, a rooted foot, that's doing a lot of the work as well. Return, shake, wiggle, and push-up time.
Push-up time. Let's warm up those push-ups in a couple phases, just like we did last week. So we'll hold that top position, and then we'll try to find that bottom position, and we'll come back up to that top position. Remember, you can also start on your toes, and when you lower, you can put your knees down to help yourself back up. Here we go. We're in that top position first, and we're going to hold for a couple seconds, thinking of our planks. And then we're going to think about pulling our shoulders down, engaging our lats, and getting to that bent elbow position for 2, 1, press back up. Hold that top position for 3, 2, pull yourself down, try to hold for a 1, 2, Mississippi, press back up. Let's do one more like this, and then pull down, hold, 1, 2, press back up. Before you come up, could we pump out 2 regular pace push-ups? So a pull down, a press up, a pull down, a press up. Either hinge or fold yourself up. Get that extra hamstring length if you want as you tuck your chin and stack up to tall.
Awesome.
Whoa.
And we're back to the bar. Little upper body with Lauren and back to that lower body movements with me. Find that nice first position again. We can do the nice strict way or familiarize yourself with your own base of support. From here, we'll work on straight leg movements on that cross pattern. So with the light hand on the bar, take a straight leg to the front and return it underneath the hip. And then straight legs to the side and adductors. Scissor those legs together, pulling tension to the midline. Then with a straight leg, reach back and then back to the first position or under the hips. And then one more time to the side, all along the floor. Now, off the floor. To the front off the floor, together. To the side off the floor, together. Hips are doing the work to the rear, and the butt cheeks are still doing the work to the side. Back to first. Now let's go to each position on the floor, and then off the floor, and work our way around. So front on the floor, front off the floor, together. Front side on the floor, side off the floor. It's to the back along the ground, and then flick away, return, to the side once more, off the ground. Now pause. Keep it off the floor and find that ankle position or the coup-de-pied balance. And then with ribs stacked, hips extending, push the hips forward over that foot that we might find that releve or demi-point balance down low. Hold for time, return with control. And what you do on one side, we always like to do on the other. So in that first position, it's straight knees and working from the hips, point forward, heels together. To the side, together, to the back, together, and then one more time to the side and in. Same pattern off the floor. Hips working, knees straight, glutes clenching, final time to the side. And now one to the front on the ground and then off. It's to the side along the floor and then off. To the back and off and side, flick away, bring it into that ankle balance, rib cage over hips. Lauren's favorite cue here is, could you lift the heel by pushing those hips through? Hold, balance, breathe, and maybe even a room scan if you're finding that nice and easy. Whew. I'm not saying that's easy, but I'm happy to do it. And then back to the position, shake, wiggle.
All right, push-ups. We're going to pause on our first set, pause on our third set, pause on our fifth set, and then sets 2 and 4 here. Let's try to do 1 to 5, up to you, regular pace push-ups here. So we'll come down, again, whether it's from the knees or from the toes, we'll get first in that high position, we'll pull ourselves down and push the floor away. Pull down, press up. As we do this, we're thinking back to the weeks where we did our presses. We're using our breath. We're using our butt cheeks. That might have been 6. And then stand yourself up. Again, take your time as you either hinge or fold. Try not to do the combo. Pick one and slowly come back up. Woo.
Woo. Back to the bar. Let's implement the straight leg skill with those knee bending squat skills. So underneath the hips, first, let's do a double knee bend. Then take the outside leg and reach front. Press off that back leg and then assemble the legs together. Return back to where we came from with straight legs, both of them. Then we'll sit squat and reach to the side and push away from the bar, heels connect, and then reach back towards that bar, legs stay straight. It's a squat, a reach, push forward, hips forward, heels together, reach forward, press back, heels together. Ooh, pollen day, I think. Reach to the side, push through. I might
reach side, point, close under.
And then our balance. So find the ankle.
And then slide your way up towards the knee, and let's find that flat foot balance. But when we're in this flat foot balance, we're still trying to keep our weight to that forefoot. Our hips are open, our knee is prying to the side, and our foot is touching but not resting. 2, 1, and then land.
Ooh. Thank you for saying the day there, Lauren. Let's try that on the other side. So that outside leg was plied first, and then the outside leg reached. Press off the back, assemble together. Press out back, push forward, together. Blend the squat, reach the leg, straight legs adducting together, and again, power in using those hamstrings and adductor muscle groups. And then push together, reach forward, and then back. And one more time with the squat, the reach, the together action, and then back to the bar. And once the heels touch, climb that leg, find the knee. I heard wonderful cues there where we're actively holding that leg there versus resting onto that knee. And I think I see that, Lauren, just gently trying to push the hip forward. Could you find that releve? Let's save that for the next set and return to first. And let's look forward to some pausing. Lauren, what do you have?
Pausing, you've got it. So we are going to pause again at the top and the bottom for 3 rounds, and then there are 2 regular push-ups to follow. Hinge or fold, walk yourself out, and we'll start with that pause at the top for 3, 2, a pull down, 1, 2, press back up, hold the top, 3, 2, pull down, 1, 2, press back up, one more time, 2, 1, pull down, 2, 1, press back up. Now 2 regular, inhale and hup, inhale and hup. Good. Walk yourself up. Oh, just getting that bonus stretch in there. Oh.
I'm not sure if those sound effects are for you or for me or for Lauren. Sound effects happen. Just make sure they're empowering and strong sounds or for some comedic effort. And I think that satisfies all of that right there.
Yeah.
But here we are at the bar, and we'll do our bent leg skill second and work on very straight legs this first time through. Hip circle. Take the outside leg to the front. Do our turn in rotation on the hip, followed by our turn out. Take it to the side. Same thing, turn in. Now as we turn out, emphasize that that outside hip stays forward, avoiding our twist. Now maintain the turn out in this practice as it reaches to the back. Heels brush forward, finishing with the toes, and the toes lead us back, keeping the hips pressing forward. Then turn out of the hip from the back to the side, and the side connects to the front, and return the leg underneath. Now on a single leg, reach that leg to the front, and with the knee reaching to the back, stable in those glutes, let's circle the hip this way. Keep the turnout. Keep the knee straight. Keep the hip forward. Test yourself with or without that balance aid. We'll stand up tall. We'll brush the leg forward and time it. Then when the heels touch, we'll start to bend that inside leg again as we reach back out of that hip socket, turning out to the side, to the front, and then heels together underneath. Climb up the leg towards the ankle, then ultimately towards that knee. And if those flat feet balances are working, use your glutes. The muscles of the calves are working to balance, but the glute is the power. Use the butt to get up and hold and breathe and then return with control. Same thing, other side. So it's a straight leg the first time in a hip circle, on a bent leg the second. With the aid of the bar, or test yourself without. It's the outside leg to the front. Right now we're turned out, so let's turn in. Side butt cheek muscles. Turn out. The big back butt cheek muscles here. Repeat to the side. Turning in. And as we turn out, emphasize the hips stay forward. Keep the hip forward as a straight leg reaches around to the back. The ankle leads us forward, finishing with toes, and the pinky side of toes lead us back, emphasizing the knee to stay straight. Turn out of the hip from the back to the side to the front, and all the way back under to our first position. Now bend on that balancing leg on the inside and turn out to the side. Hips and shoulders stay forward. Keep the knee nice and straight, circling all the way back. Stand tall as the leg comes through the middle. Point to the front. Ankles toes lead us back, We bend the knee, turn out from the back to the side, looking great there, Lauren. To the front, to touch ankles, to find, and here we are balancing. There's a nice breeze here. Oh my goodness, don't let it push you over as we extend those hips forward. The knee is to the side. We're breathing, breathing, breathing. Highest demi points is allowed, so it's nice and taut, nice and strong. And then return to the ground with control. Push up.
Ground control. All right, 5.
Major Tom.
Yes, that's right. Ground control to our push-ups. Let's get down there and do 5, 1 to 5, up to you. Regular, really good push-ups. You know the rule, I'd rather see 1 really good push-up than 5 snakes.
Stay away from those snakes.
So come on down here. Lift the hips up, squeeze the cheeks, inhale to pull down, up to press away. Down and up. We're pulling into those lats. We're bracing our abs. We're keeping head in line with our shoulders. And we might have 1 more here. And then again, hinge. I think I'm doing my counting right. Are you adding on?
I did 6.
Okay.
I did 6. I switched up some variations there, just to play with some modified variations.
We all know I'm not very good at counting, talking, and doing the action at the same time, but I thought I was doing pretty well. So
you are.
Thank you.
You are. And exceptional at accounting as well. Well, bookkeeping. Yeah. Okay. Time, another discussion. That's another YouTube channel, I'm sure. Here we are back at the bar. We have just a couple more movements to go here. Working on the balances, but first, our fondues. Get your ankles bending, that standing leg, and then straighten those knees together. So get those knees bending, and then straighten those together. Find the back of the ankle on a flat foot and a full stretch of the knees using those glutes, and then again, knees bend, and then to the side. Repeat on the flat foot, or then on that demi, knees bend, releve or find that balance hold. Knees bend together and a full stretch. Again to the back of the ankle and a full stretch to the back. And then 1 more time to the side. Now as allowed, let's stay on that releve hold and hold an attitude position out front with or without that assistance of the bar. Return to the knee passe position and then our same attitude hold out the back and breathe. Return back to that knee passe, climb that leg back down, and return to our first position. Excellent. Fondues on flat, then our releve, balance hold out the front, and then back. The knees bend together, and they straighten together. The quads, the hamstrings, of course, are doing the work, but always remember the glutes. Back to the ankle, full stretch. Touches can help too, as long as they're your own hands. And then to the side. Let's stay there, find your releve, and then balance, and bend, and stretch, and land with control, and out to the side. 1 more time to the rear, that hip extension back, and final time to the side. Find your passe. Stay on that releve, or find the flat foot, and work on that attitude hold out front, rib to hip connections, nice control breathing, and then back to our passe, and then the attitude position out the back. Breathe. Hold with control in the moment and control returning back to the floor. It reinforces that you're strong and that we can do it again and again and again.
And again and again and again. We are again going to do our push-up pauses. This time we're going to do them for all 5 push-ups. We've been adding those 2 regular at the end this time. Pause in every one. So walk yourself out. Let's do 3 Mississippis in both positions, so a little bit longer. Ready? High hold. 3, 2, pull down, hold. 3, 2, press up. 3, 2, pull down. 3, 2, press up. 3, 2, pull down. 3, 2, press up. Have you been crowning? 3, 2, pull down. Okay, this is number 4. And up one more. 3, 2, 4, 3, 2. Oh, that was a tough last one. Walk yourself together. Come on up to tall. Wow.
We have one more exercise here at the bar, and maybe one more exercise in the middle of the room, and then maybe one more set of push-ups in between, but I haven't been counting, so that's up to
That was 5
Captain
sets.
Lauren right there.
25 push-ups today.
5, might as well do maybe 6, but we'll see. Let's focus on this first. Back to the bar in that first position. Because we don't have sliding shoes or surfaces that are conducive to sliding feet here, we'll take that single leg out to the front in that tendu point. We'll be lifting that leg as a battement or a ballistic up and down action for 4, and on the 4th, we're gonna hold it in place. 3, 2, lift and down. Same cadence, 3, 2, lift and down. 3, 2, lift and down, and hold it. 3, 2, hold it, hold it. Squeeze your bum, lift higher, tap down, and close. Yes, Lauren, let's take that to the side in the same effort. Watch those John Travolta hips. Keep those hips nice and stable through the core. 3, 2, lift and down. 3, 2, lift and down. I'm just gonna say up and down and up and hold and hold. And could you do that without the assistance of the bar, without your quads crying? And then tap down and close.
Without the assistance of the bar, yes. Without my quads crying, no.
Quads might cry on that. Quads might cry. Take your time, shake them out, repeat on the other side. So it's to the front, and we'll go up and down, up and down, up and down. This one we're holding, up and hold. And with your imagination, is the bottom leg straight, and is that leg lifting higher? Tap. All closed, we could draw on to the side, and then out to the side. We'll go up, and we'll go down. We'll go up and we'll go down. The hip is down as the leg goes up. If this is our 4th, it's a hold, it's a pause, it's a hips forward, it's a knee straight, whoo, and together.
Oh.
Is there that one more set of push-ups, you think?
Yeah, there should be.
Okay, let's do it.
Let's do voluntary 6th set of push-ups. And again, anywhere from 1 to 5, regular style. Pull down, press up. Use these, use these, use these. That was your lats. I got a little side action there. All right, ready?
Yep.
Come on down. Inhale and 1, 2. Head stays up. 3, 4, and 5. Beautiful. One last. Try to keep those hands flat. Walk the feet in. They got a little closer than they did when we started today. Tuck your chin.
Great job, Lauren. Great job. I might have rushed through that one.
Yeah. Thanks.
And if I could integrate one last exercise in this open space, it's a lot like that weight transfer at the bar, but this time we're gonna ask to stay low the whole time. So with those feet in those turned out V's or first position, let's first get into our sit squat. Then take a leg to the front, straighten the back leg, and return the leg underneath the hip bend. Now return that same leg to the back, bend the back leg, point the front and side. Then reach to the side and feel the pull, and then that complementary push, heels together. Reach to the side, push one way, go the other, heels together. It's to the back with a straight leg, and absorb that landing and pull the leg under with the hips forward, and then to the front. Press off the back, the front leg bends, and then we're here on bent both. Then one more time to the side as we'll pull, stretch together, reach one more time to the side, heels together, push those hips through to finish tall. Repeating on the other side. Knees bend over toes, single leg to the front, push off the back, heels connect. The ceiling's encroaching, so our goal is to stay the same height or even to get lower, and we'll reach to the side and push, heels connect, and then reach, pull, push, together. Other leg back, point the front, both legs bend in this moment, and then to the front, stretch the back leg, together. It's the final one to the side.
The
final countdown. And then we'll reach to the side. We'll pull the heels together and push your hips through. We're really not that funny, but we definitely have a great time.
I don't know about that.
Okay, I'll take funny if you're going to give me funny, but we definitely have a great time doing these live workouts with you 30 minutes at a time, 3 times a week, most weeks, when bike rides don't maybe call us a little bit harder sometimes. So we'll be here, we promise, on Saturday morning for a live 30-minute workout that will be kept in the archive thereafter, where at that time we'll do the wrist warm-up, work on some rolling and crawling, and I want to get my 41-second handstand because I got about 40 the last time. So adding a little bit every time can definitely help add up in the long run.
This was week 3 of our semester, concluding on Saturday, and we'll continue progressing our skills throughout this 8-week semester. In the meantime, check out our website, our Patreon, and remember to like and subscribe on YouTube. Until Saturday, take care.
Stay strong.
And let's train soon.
Have a good day.